Tonight, Governor Sheriff Oborevwori bags award for excellence at the ongoing African International Film Festival in Lagos. Independent National Electoral Commission says it is fully prepared for the Anambra State governorship election. Nigeria Education Loan Fund receives over 1 million applications. Abroad, Tanzania swears in president for second term amidst violence protests. Good evening. Thank you for joining us on Delta Television News tonight. My name is Onome Iyaroe. You can also watch our news online on YouTube and on Facebook at GBS Delta Broadcasting Service Asaba, or visit our website at www.dbsasaba.com. Now, details of the news. The state governor, the Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori, has been honored with the prestigious Herbert Wigwe Award for Excellence at the ongoing Africa International Film Festival, AFRIF, in Lagos. The award, which also recognized Vice President Kashim Shettima, celebrates outstanding contributions to Nigeria's creative and entertainment industry. Governor Oborevwori, represented by his deputy Samonde Onyeme, thanked the organizers of AFRIF for the recognition and reaffirmed the state government's commitment to the growth of the creative sector. He said Delta remained one of the states most renowned for its contributions to Nigeria's entertainment industry, pledging that the government would continue to support the film and creative sectors across Africa. The governor highlighted Delta's peace and investor-friendly environment, disclosing that the state was planning to establish a full-fledged film village to further boost film production and creative enterprises. In his remark, Pastor Shengal Wigwe, father of the late Herbert Wigwe, commended AFRIF for instituting the award in his son's honor, describing the festival as a vital platform for Africa's creative advancement and a force for Nigeria's economic growth. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says it is fully prepared for the Anambra State governorship election scheduled for Saturday this week. INEC Chairman, Professor Joash Amiputan, who gave the assurance during an inspection visit to the Commission's office in Awka, the state capital, said the Commission was committed to conducting a peaceful, transparent, and credible election that reflected the will of the people. Professor Amupitan had directed that all election materials must arrive at polling units by 7 o'clock in the morning, with voting to begin at 8:30. He stressed that results must align with BVAS records and collation should be done openly in the presence of party agents, assuring voters that adequate security measures were in place to protect officials, materials, and the electorate throughout the exercise. The resident electoral commissioner for Anambra State, Dr. Elizabeth Ago, confirmed that all non-sensitive materials had been distributed across the 21 local government areas, with the bimodal voter accreditation system BVAS configured, tested, and ready for use, even as electricity generating sets had been deployed to ensure uninterrupted power supply at critical locations. Meanwhile, the Anambra State Police Command has said it has deployed helicopters and drones to ensure maximum security ahead of the November 8 governorship election. Commissioner of Police, Mr. Ikyoye Orotugu, told newsmen that the deployment was approved by the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Kayode Egbetokun, as part of efforts to guarantee a safe and hitch-free poll. He said the aerial surveillance would complement land patrols by tactical teams and intelligence units already stationed across the 21 local government areas of the state, adding that the new tactical teams would enhance visibility policing, rapid response, and real-time monitoring of flashpoints and border communities. The police commissioner urged residents to remain calm, cooperate with security operatives, and report suspicious movements to the nearest police station. He gave assurance that the command was working closely with other security agencies to maintain peace and protect lives and property during the election. As the strike by resident doctors in the country continues, the dispute between the federal government and the doctors has worsened over the amount released to settle arrears owed the health workers. While the government said it released 11.9 billion naira to end the strike, the National Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, insisted that the figures were inaccurate and vowed not to resume work until all 19 of its demands were met. NARD President Dr. Mohammed Usman Suleiman said doctors were owed 48 billion naira and not 41 billion naira as claimed, adding that only a small fraction of the released funds reached resident doctors. The strike has crippled services in major hospitals across the country, leaving patients stranded, as NARD maintains that the action will continue until government improves doctors' welfare and working conditions. Meanwhile, the federal government has condemned the abduction of consultant neurosurgeon Dr. Tochukwu Mbanugo in Nnewi, Anambra State, describing it as a grave assault on Nigeria's health security. Minister of State for Health, Dr. Adekunle Salako, noted that the country had fewer than 150 neurosurgeons serving over 220 million people, making every specialist critical to the healthcare system. He urged security agencies and the Anambra State government to intensify efforts for Dr. Mbanugo's immediate release, warning that attacks on medical professionals endangered national well-being. The Nigeria Education Loan Fund, NEL Fund, says it has received over 1 million applications and disbursed more than 116 billion naira in students' loans nationwide. NEL Fund, in a statement, said the loan covered tuition and upkeep allowances across universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education. The statement described the feat as a major step towards equitable education financing, commending the government's commitment to accessible higher education. NEL Fund pledged continued transparency and inclusiveness in providing education loans to all qualified Nigerian students, regardless of background. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has extended the deadline for public university admissions to November 17. Spokesperson of JAMB, Dr. Fabian Benjamin, said extension followed court orders and new program accreditations by the National Universities Commission, which affected the earlier October 31 deadline. He urged universities to complete all pending admissions before the new date, warning that the deadline was not final and would not be extended again. Believers have been admonished to hand over their problems to God and allow Him to take charge of their lives. The General Overseer of the Faith Pavilion Church, Senior Pastor Henry Ibemesim, gave the admonition during the DBS Asaba weekly prayer meeting. Gloria Otolo has details.
Believers have been admonished to hand over their problems to God and allow Him to take charge of their lives. The General Overseer of the Faith Pavilion Church, Senior Pastor Henry Ebemesim, gave the admonition during the DBS Asaba weekly prayer meeting. Preaching on the theme, This is Life, Pastor Ebemesim, drawing from 2 Chronicles 20 verse 1 to 30, there was no temptation that was not common to man, adding that God always provided a way of escape for those who trusted in Him. He explained that acknowledging one's limitations and allowing God to step in was the key to victory, stressing that believers did not need to fight their battles alone, but should hand them over to God.
Every man needs God, whether you are living in self-denial or not. You need God. And so God never created a world that will not need Him. And that is why we must always call on Him. When you acknowledge your limitation, you have opened the door for God to step in.
The cleric encouraged believers to trust that God will settle every situation and to wait patiently for his intervention. The meeting featured prayers for the state and the nations. Gloria Otolo reporting.
You're watching the Delta Television main news. Still to come, Tanzania swears in president for second term amidst violence. Details in a moment. Please stay tuned.
If tanker wey carry fuel fall or pipe wey carry fuel for underground burst, wetin you go do? You go begin bail fuel put for your bucket, or you go run comot far for where the fire go soon come. Na only small time you get to take this wise decision. Waka comot, no, that one no dey enough. Shift, no, that one no dey enough. Stay there dey gist and take pictures with your phone. That na madness. Run, yes, run comot. Yes, your life depend on wetin you do. The fire go come at once and you no go fit control am. Why? Petrol dey catch fire easily. Why? Na just small spark go start big fire. So no stay there dey think. Run comot quick to save your life. No throway your life away because of say you wan pack petrol. Take this advice. This informate na from Public Enlightenment Office, Delta Broadcasting Service, Asaba.
Glad to have you back to the Delta Television main news. The global scene is next as we join our world news desk.
Tanzania President Samia Suluhu Hassan has been sworn in for a second term amid tight security following an election marred by violent protests and rejected by the opposition as a sham. The inauguration ceremony was held at a military parade ground in the capital, Dodoma, instead of a stadium as in previous years. It was closed to the public but was shown live on state TV. Samia was declared the winner on Saturday with 98% of the vote. She faced little opposition, with key rival candidates either imprisoned or barred from running. International observers have raised concerns about the transparency of the election and its violent aftermath, with hundreds of people reportedly killed. The authorities have sought to downplay the scale of the violence. It has been difficult to obtain information from the country or verify the death toll amid a nationwide internet shutdown in place since Election Day last Wednesday. Opposition leaders and activists have said hundreds were killed in clashes with security forces. The opposition Chadema party told journalists that it had recorded no less than 800 deaths by Saturday, while a diplomatic source in Tanzania said there was credible evidence that at least 500 people had died. The UN Human Rights Office earlier said there were credible reports of at least 10 deaths in 3 cities.
Our business news desk is next for stories in the business and the economy.
Billionaire businessman Mr. Femi Otedola had applauded President Bola Tinubu over the implementation of a 15% import tariff on petrol and diesel, saying the move will protect investment in Nigeria's refining and energy value chain. Mr. Otedola, in a post on X today, described the tariff policy as a crucial move that will prevent the Nigerian industrial sector from being undermined by cheaper imports. He argued that Nigeria cannot afford a repeat of past eras where cheaper foreign goods collapsed entire sectors. He added that Tinubu's approach reflects the type of economic vision needed to push Nigeria closer to its target of $1 trillion economy. Stock market investors on the Nigerian Exchange Limited (NGX) have gained over 7.25 trillion naira in 1 month, as market capitalization, which measures the total value of stocks listed on the exchange, closed in October at 97.83 trillion naira from 90.580 trillion naira in September 2025. However, investors lost over 963 billion naira or 0.98% week on week last week due to profit taking, with the market closing lower in 4 of 5 trading sections, halting its 7-week winning streak. Analysts explained that the negative sentiment in the domestic bourse last week reflected profit-taking activities, weak risk appetite, and macroeconomic headwinds that continue to weigh on investors' confidence despite strong year-to-date performance.
Let's now join our sports news desk for happenings in the ever-busy world of sports.
Super Eagles players are expected to report to camp in 1 week ahead of their 2026 World Cup qualifying playoff clash with Gabon. This was confirmed in a post on the team's official X handle. Nigeria will take on the Panthers on November 13 at the Prince Moulay El Hassan Stadium, Rabat, Morocco. The other playoff semi-final is between DR Congo and Cameroon. The head coach of the Eagles, Eric Chell, is expected to release a list of invited players this week. Rivers United have been handed a tough draw in the group stage of the CAF Champions League. Finidi George's side will face defending champions Pyramids FC of Egypt, ROS Berkane of Morocco, and Zambia Giants, Power Dynamos in Group A. Pyramids are an emerging force on the continent. They also won the Egyptian Premier League title for the first time last season. Nigeria's other representative in the competition, Remo Stars, were eliminated in the second preliminary round by South African champions Mamelodi Sundowns. Henry Usiayo reporting.
That's our bulletin for tonight. Before we go, here is a thought. Children hear everything you say and they mimic everything you do. Give them a good example. To end Delta Television main news, a look at the highlights. The state governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewori, has been honored with the prestigious Herbert Wigwe Award for Excellence at the ongoing Africa International Film Festival, AFRIF, in Lagos. The award, which also recognized Vice President Kashim Shettima, celebrates outstanding contributions to Nigeria's creative and entertainment industry. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says it is fully prepared for the Anambra State governorship election, scheduled for Saturday this week. The Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NEL Fund, says it has received over 1 million applications and disbursed more than 116 billion naira in student loans nationwide. In a statement, it said the loan covered tuition and upkeep allowances across universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education. And from the foreign scene, we reported that Tanzania President Samia Suluhu Hassan has been sworn in for a second term amidst tight security following an election marred by violence and protest. That ends Delta Television main news. You can also follow us online on Facebook and YouTube at Delta Broadcasting Service Asaba. Visit our website at www.dbsasaba.com. Thank you for watching. My name is Onome Iyaruwe. Good night.
Governor Sheriff once said, a modern Delta is not a dream, it is a vision we are actively bringing to life. When you hear of Governor